G'day, welcome to Country Music World. I'm Mick.
And I'm Jay.
Today we're going to head down to sunny Victoria and talk to a beautiful lady in the country music industry.
She's got a brand new album about to come out, new single, new video clip. She's up for a whole heap of awards this year as well, mate.
She is, mate, and she's also heading tomorrow to be one of the stars at the DENI Ute Muster. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share them all around, sit down and relax, and let's get to know a little bit more about Rebecca Lee Nye.
Just you and me, love on a Saturday night. Your arms around me, holding me tight. Our favorite song on the radio playing. Alright, by the fire, city light. I'm lost in your eyes, doesn't matter where. Promise it to me, love on a Saturday night.
All right, Jay, so let's cut across to Beck, who'll be somewhere down in the cold, frosty parts of Melbourne, and I think she's going to tell us here somewhere in this interview that she's about to leave Melbourne and head up to the Golden State, my friend. You got your line, Beck?
Hello, hi.
There you go. Welcome to Country Music World.
Thank you very much.
So thanks for taking some time out of your busy day and emptying your house of little noisy children.
No problem at all. It's I'm enjoying the peace and quiet, let me just say.
And school holidays too,
holiday.
so that's probably not the easiest. It's not as easy
So
as
Beck should be thanking us for giving her a break, really.
Thank you. Here we go.
Hey Beck, let's just jump into this, mate. What got you in the country music game? What started it all for you?
Look, the love for country music came from when I was a kid, and my mum and dad listened to everything from Kenny Rogers through to Dr. Hook and, Smokey and, Loretta Lynn, you name it, they had it. We always had the cassettes going in the bus, and but I really discovered my love for country music as far as me wanting to sing it when I was about 12, and I was at school and sitting at assembly, on the cold concrete, and this girl got up and sang, and I went, you know what, I want to do that. That's what I'm going to do. Never in a million years had I sung before, but knew from that moment on that I wanted to sing. So I went and approached her, and she hooked me up with the country music festival circuit, and it was no looking back.
So that was in Southeast Queensland, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so you did the run of the festivals and you ended up going through champs?
Did champs, yeah. 2003, I think I won Junior Champion of Champions overall, and then I stopped doing the Talent Quest circuit pretty much straight after that.
So I might take this question, Jay, because
I'll let you.
Because I'm kind of linked to it.
Yep.
And I'm going to talk about your new music, Beck. So you've got a couple of singles out at the moment, and as of tomorrow, you're about to hop yourself on at the DENI Ute Muster, and something else is happening the day after tomorrow. What's going to happen, Beck? What's happening for you this weekend as well as the muster?
Barra, you just got my heart racing, because I've actually taken the time just now to stop and think about what's happening this weekend. It's going to be huge. We are releasing Gypsy Heart after how many months has it been sitting in my garage waiting to go? So it's very exciting. 1st of October, Gypsy Heart is going to be out for everyone to hear.
Who produced that album, Beck?
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, look, some random. Someone that I just picked up along the way. I thought, look, it is none other than the beautiful man sitting right beside you, I should say, Jay.
No, I'm standing.
Mick Lockhart.
I'm standing.
Beautiful is the word I haven't
Beautiful.
described you.
I'm more than happy. I mean, the more women that want to get on there and call me beautiful, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
More than happy with that.
Is your camera working okay? Or?
It's a little bit blurry, but I get the picture.
No, look, it's I've heard it. I was one of the ones that paid the extra money and got it early. So, and it's one of the best sounding albums I've heard in a long time, to be honest. I could be a little biased for some reasons, but just the sound of the album, I think, is leaps and bounds for country music in Australia. It's a beautiful sounding thing.
Thank you so much. And look, I must say thank you too for grabbing the album before it was even recorded, because the likes of yourself and everyone out there who jumped on board with the campaign and bought a copy of the album before, you guys are the reason this album's actually happened. So big thanks to you guys, and thanks for your support. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, it was a good process recording this album with Beck, and we started it a few months before she actually got to the studio up here in Townsville. And look, it's a big step, you know, for an artist that's, as it turned out, about 3,500 kilometres south of where the studio is. It's not only, look, it's a big process for any artist to say, I'm going to go into any studio nowadays and record a full album. I mean, we do a lot of singles, we do a lot of EPs, but for someone to take the leap and actually pull out a hard-pressed full album, that's a big step, because in today's economic, as a lot of people know, it's really hard to recoup that sort of money. So, but then to double that and say, by the way, not only am I going to take the jump to do this, I'm going to hop on a plane and head to 3,500 kilometres away from my house and do it all the way up there with a guy that's just built this brand new studio. So there was a lot of firsts happen over this process for the studio and for you, and you know, and again, there wasn't a lot of people cranking out full albums, and it is exciting that she gets to drop it, you know, now when we're watching this video the next day or so, this thing's coming out, so
Yeah.
which is really exciting. But the process for us, look, look, from my point of view, producing this album, when you get a great singer with an excellent attitude that's happy to just come into a creative work environment, well, happy most of the time, to come into a work environment as such as a studio, you know, because you're up here for weeks at times when it comes to it, to sit down with people that she hadn't known, the musicians, great musicians, but not knowing them personally, to sit down and be creative with these works of pride and passion and her little babies and all this stuff that songwriters go through. And then you get someone like me that I don't particularly care what your kids look like. It makes no difference to me. And I'm referencing a piece of paper with lyrics on it, as in the kids right there. But, you know, someone like me, as brutal as I am, if I don't like the way that song looks, no matter how attached the writer is, I'm probably going to say it with not too many more niceties around it, Jay. I just sort of say, I hate it, get rid of it, it's off the album. And, you know, there was a couple of times the beautiful young Rebecca and myself clashed heads in the studio. But in saying that, in saying that, they were for productive reasons only. And as it turned out, it's going to be a single, this song, and it's a phenomenal song. You know, but we run into a brick wall in the studio in our creative process, and a little bit of raw emotion. I was at the point where I'm like, it's off the record, let's throw it out. Everyone was fried. Beck was about to tear up because I'm throwing one of the kids out. And all of a sudden I sort of sat back and I thought, I'm probably being a little bit harsh here. So actually I think Beck said that for me. She said, I think you're being a little bit harsh here, and I don't think you've come out that gentle at all. However, it was good because we stopped, we reevaluated what was going on with this song, and then it was less than half an hour later, what you're about to hear with this new single is what happened. So, you know, it's a good space to be in. And when you come across someone like Beck that can do this and that allows you the creativity to mould things and then go with different visions, great music can actually happen. And in general, a lot of it happens on the fly. I mean, you know, it's pretty fair to say, isn't it? And then you put good musicians on it that know what they're doing, and then they do their thing. And it's been a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure to work on this album, and I'm really, really excited for what it's about to do.
Yeah, look, I'm excited too, and as I've spoken about in previous conversations with you, Mick, and with people that I speak to, for me it was a no-brainer coming to record with you. You know, there would be no one else that I would rather butt heads with when it comes to, you know, recording my babies, as you like to say. And I must make mention too, because these babies aren't just mine, but the fella sitting right beside you, his beautiful wife, actually co-wrote 7 of the 12 tracks that are on this album. So I feel like for myself that this is actually, these babies are shared, you know, and Peter, thank you so much for writing the songs with me, and also shout out to Billy and Megan Laurie, who also co-wrote these songs, because they've come up amazing, and, you know, very much looking forward to everyone hearing them. And look, you know, production was amazing, and the studio vibe for me was just awesome. I had a great time, and thanks, guys. I loved it. It was awesome.
So, Beck, let's talk about some of your career highlights so far. Like, what have you achieved that you think is just up there on the pedestal?
Look, in all honesty, I think I'm, you know, probably cracking an egg before it's actually ready. But I think this weekend is definitely going to be a career highlight for me, performing at the DENI Ute Muster. I think that's going to be massive. But just recently I hit the stage as a support artist for Beccy Cole, which was huge. You know, I've admired Beccy for many, many years. So to have a personal invitation from her to come and sing some tunes on her show was just, I'm still blown away to this day. So they're probably the most recent ones, but you know, I've been to India and I got to sing for 4.5 months when I was in India with my husband Billy, and we sort of packed up our life here in Australia and went over there, and we were singing in a 5-star hotel for 5 or 6 nights a week, so for 4.5 months, which was just awesome. I've sort of been able to travel around a lot with the music, which is always a career highlight for me. You know, a life highlight for me is just being out on the road. And I suppose, you know, Victorian female vocalist 2 years in a row at the Victorian and National Country Music Awards is probably something pretty special as well. So, yeah.
I had Cole in the studio here about a month ago. They played up here in Townsville, and I went along to the show and I was talking to Beck and I said, hey, you want to come out for coffee? And her and all the girls turned up and we were yakking, and she just kept going on about this album and your album, Gypsy Heart. And she's not one to say stuff if she doesn't mean it, Cole, you know, and she does love the album, and for her to put her on the support for you is great, you know, and you know, it's a lovely thing when you can talk to someone like Beck who sits there and goes, I supported Beccy Cole, this is so cool, and then away from that total separate scenario, Beccy comes into the studio where we recorded this album and she's talking about Beck's album, going, I love this album, she's so cool. So the mutual respect that all the artists have in this industry is a really cool thing, and you know, I love hearing stuff like that. I get all soppy when I like that stuff, but you know, I really do love the support network and the closeness that we have between our artists, you know, and I really do enjoy seeing and hearing stories like that, you know. Now, Beck, you're going to DENI tomorrow, and you know, this is probably going to be one that you can tick off from your bucket list and all this stuff. And I think, you know, Gypsy Heart's coming out the weekend, and I think you're probably going to get some good stuff from the rest of the album. Well, we can hope. No one really knows, but all we can do is put it out there and see what happens. What are some goals you got, mate? Like, so, you know, essentially you've had a few years off because, you know, you wanted to raise some babies and some beautiful children you've done, and now it's like, okay, come back and, you know, now I knew Beck when she was a young girl before she took a break to have a family and all this sort of stuff. So I knew the Rebecca Lee Nye artist back then, and I know the Rebecca Lee Nye artists we have now. They're similar, but they're so different. And I say that in a good way. You know, there's a wealth of knowledge now that only someone that's had a family and raising a family can come with. There's an attitude inside you now, and the thing that I really notice is the inner security you have, just as in the comfortable vibe you are, and we can see it looking straight down this camera right now, ain't you? That you're glowing in happiness. Your life it's in a good spot, and it's been like this for years. You know, a lot of this comes down to your great husband Billy and your beautiful children, and even that crazy dog Lyric. They're all certain things that put people into their happy headspace. When you see this transformation of a calmness and of an inner well-being, it's a really nice thing, and you can hear that in the music.
Yeah,
you know, it's put you in a good headspace now for your songs.
I think you can really hear life experience in your songs, like in the lyrics, and I think that's important for country music because people connect to that. You know, they see their life in yours, so, and it's in your album.
Absolutely, but going on that, mate, what do you got planned? So, you know, DENI, we're going to tick DENI off this weekend because that's one of them, but over the next couple of years, what are your goals too, as big as you can name for the stars right here? What's in the goal list for you?
I think, you know, if we're looking at dreams here, you know, like I'd love to head to Nashville and I'd love to go to the Opry and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, searching just here and what I've got right here in front of me, because, you know what, I'm a big advocate for, is that even a word?
I'll run with it.
It is today.
It is today.
It is today.
You're not using that.
Oh, I'll just let you know right now, Beck, we are not editing that out. So you could sit there and laugh and scream as much as you like.
Advocator. That's a great word.
We'll use advocator. I
I
like it.
reckon that's a real
No,
word,
I
isn't
don't
it?
like it.
I'd use it. I'll use it. We'll hashtag it advocator.
I don't even know where I was going now. But yeah, keeping it here in Australia, I'm a big believer in, looking in your backyard, because you have so much stuff here that you can, reach for. So the golden guitars are obviously at the top of my list. Get a nom, win one of those bad boys would be awesome. I really want to get out on the road and tour and take Gypsy Heart. And Billy and I have got a bit of a show that we're lining up a tour for called the Gypsy and the Storyteller. So I want to get out and I want to see Australia and show Australia my music, because that's essentially where I'm from. I recorded in Australia. I wrote with Australian singers and songwriters. I had the occasional Nashville, megastar play on the album, but all in all, I'm an Aussie and I want Australians to hear my music, and I want to, share it with them first. So get out on that road and see where it takes us.
Great answer.
All right, Beck, where can we find you out there in cyberspace so people can follow your journey some more?
Yeah, look, you can jump on Facebook and, look up Rebecca Lee Nye. You can find me at www.rebeccaleenye.com.au. You can find me on Twitter, I think it's RLN Music, and Instagram as well, RLN Music. So check us out, follow, come along for the journey. I'm really, really excited to share Gypsy Heart with everyone. Cannot wait. I'm like a kid in a candy store. So, yeah, please join along for the ride, and we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Who are you going to DENI to watch, Beck? Who's the one that you're getting butterflies for? It's going to be Keith Urban, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yeah, Billy would love me to say him. I get butterflies all the time when I see Billy, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Keith.
Billy, Keith. They're close.
See Billy
They're close. We can see Billy every other day,
See him tonight when he gets home from work.
I know, right? Now, Beck, we're going to throw it out on you here. So, I think Jay, we might do a little brave thing. Can we trust her? Think we can trust her? Can you trust a face like that?
Whoa. Yeah, sure.
I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and we're going to give you administration powers over our Country Music World page and on our Facebook while you're at DENI. And you know what? Just to double it up, we're going to do it with your crazy husband Billy too.
Oh, now we're in trouble.
So we're going to give both of you guys admin powers. So from Friday until Monday, any posts that happen on Facebook will not have happened from Jay or myself. They're coming from you.
Yeah, and look, we're going to take you on an adventure because we're heading off to DENI, and then straight after DENI on Saturday morning we're taking about a 6-hour drive to Mildura to soak it up at the Southern Stars Country Music Awards, the Independent Awards in Mildura. So
Now
we can do some stuff from there as well.
Now let's quickly talk about Mildura, because Mildura is on all week, and on Saturday night they have their showpiece moment, which is the Southern Stars, which is the Australian Independent Music Awards. What are you doing there, Beck? Are you up for anything, or is your crazy husband up for anything? Let's just talk about that, because there's no reason to just jump in a car and drive 600 k's.
Yeah, look, Billy's got a couple of noms for the night, and I'm up for Rising Female Artists, which is pretty exciting too. So we're going to frock up and then head to the awards and see what happens for the night.
Well, we wish you all the best with the Southern Stars. And obviously at DENI you're gonna smash it at DENI, and Billy's gonna have a great set. You guys are gonna have a wonderful weekend. Hey Beck, we're gonna make sure all your details are down below. We hope people get along behind you and support you, and they should. They should.
They should. It's a great album, and they're mad if they don't go and get a copy.
Just while we're at it, can I just say that I would love to donate a Gypsy Heart album pack, which will be a Gypsy Heart album signed by moi, a stubby holder, a new bracelet, beautiful little bracelet, and also a Gypsy Heart Designs candle. So there'll be a pack that will be available for you guys to give away at some point over the coming weeks as well.
Awesome.
Nice. Well, one of our lucky viewers are going to win that. Now, you going to Tamworth?
Of course I'm going to Tamworth. Is that a silly question?
You got some shows?
We're going to be doing quite a bit this year. We went, so I should say next year, because it's actually next year. We did go this year, and that was great to sort of line up some things for 2017. So we've got a few gigs at the bowling club, and we've got some stuff at Capitol Theatre, and we're doing some singer-songwriter stuff. So there's going to be lots. So make sure you keep an eye on social media, on our websites, and you'll find all the details.
Rebecca Lee Nye, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and spending it with Jay and me and the rest of the country music world. We wish you all the best in your future. We're so glad to have you back in the game. And good luck to you, mate. Have a great weekend at DENI, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks very much, guys. Big love. Thanks.
So Rebecca Lee Nye, Mick, I think she's a star of the future, mate.
Oh, she is, man. She's a great girl, Beck, and the album's come up great. And,
it has.
People are going to hear it, the whole thing here real soon. They've heard a couple of singles.
The new single is a ripper. The video is awesome, done by Duncan Toombs down there.
Yeah, he's done a really good job with it. Like anything Duncan does from the filmry, he thinks these things through, and he creates a surrounding for whatever the emotion of the clip is, and he's captured it with this one.
He's great for capturing the emotion of the song on video. So
yeah, he has. So we want you to have a good time down at DENI Ute Muster, Beck. We hope everything just continues on well with you. Good luck at the Southern Stars on Saturday night, Jay, in Mildura.
Yes.
Fingers crossed for those, and you never know, they might even find themselves nominated for a gold guitar, which is on Beck's bucket list.
I know.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be a dream come true.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Hey, Beck, on behalf of Jay and myself and everyone here at the Country Music World, we wish you all the best in your future.
Check out Rebecca Lee Nye.
Did you like that interview and want to see some more just like it? Then check them out right there.
We've got artist interviews. We check out the festivals that are happening in your area.
We'll have a look at the country music birthdays, and then we'll dive back into the history of Australian country music.
We've got the CMW Country Artist of the Week chart as voted by you, and we also have heaps of weekly prize giveaways.
So give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, because together we can make a difference in the country music world.